The state of New York has over 38,000 registered sex offenders. And with the click of a button, you can find where they live and the crimes they've committed. But not all sex offenders are on the registry, especially if they were convicted pre-Megan's Law. WENY's Logan Wilson investigates what you need to know about the evolving sex offender registry and how to protect your kids from predators who committed crimes before that registry existed.
The Sex Offender Registry was created for law enforcement to stay up to date with convicted sex offenders' whereabouts. Since its inception in 1996, the registry has gone through a handful of changes.
When Megan's Law first went into effect in 1996, it was passed rather quickly. So what they found out is that as they actually applied the law and put it out into the field and got people registered, it did need some modification.
One change that has affected the registry drastically is social media. Even though some sex offenders have committed their crimes through social media, police also now use it as a way to track predators from who may offend again.
Now we make several arrests based on offenders because if they have a registered email address, username, account such as Facebook or whatever, they have to let us know that they're using those social media outlets for whatever means.
As to whether or not a sex offender can have social media is based off his or her circumstances.
It would be set under their special conditions, whether they were on parole or probation, whether they could have a Facebook account or any account to do with social media.
So how can you find sex offenders in your area? Family Watchdog is a free website to help locate sex offenders in your neighborhood.
Locally, the Steuben County Sheriff's Office is creating the Sex Offender Watch program for real-time monitoring of its nearly 400 residing sex offenders.
And it makes it so that you have real-time notifications of sex offenders in your area, real-time tracking, where through the DCGS website sometimes there's a delay. This is up to the minute real time.
The Sex Offender Watch program will also be an app county residents can get on their phone. The app has not been released yet, but will allow people to locate offenders as well as their level.
It's going to show you where that person is. It's going to show you, it has the ability to show you a radius around where that person is based on the level of sex offender as to whether or not there's any schools within that radius and whatever the probation terms and conditions are for that person.
The program will also notify police if a registered sex offender opens a new social media account. The one thing the program or registry cannot do is monitor sex offenders who committed crimes before 1996.
But the way the law is written is that it covers people who committed sex crimes prior to that were still under supervision, which means probation or parole or incarcerated.
There are sex offenders within the Twin Tiers who committed crimes prior to Megan's Law going into effect. You won't find them on the registry, and they have no limitations on where they can live. Randy Hansel lives in Woodhall and says he got an order of protection for his kids when he learned a family friend was spending time with a man convicted of serious sex crimes against children in the 1980s.
Well, I took it into our open family court case for a custody case and mentioned it to the judge, and she had him put right into the court order for it to stay away from him and anybody like him.
The sex offender registry is continually changing, but police say the goal is to always protect families from sexual predators. For WENY News, I'm Logan Wilson.
For more information on this story, head to our website, WENY.com.